Psalm 34. In the sacred verses of Psalm 34, we find a timeless wellspring of solace and wisdom, transcending the ages to speak directly to our hearts today. This psalm, a testament to the profound connection between the soul and the divine, offers a balm for the weary spirit, a beacon of hope in times of trial, and a call to trust in the unwavering goodness of a higher power. Psalm 34. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make its boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear of it and be glad. O magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. They looked to him and were radiant, and their faces were not ashamed. This poor man cried out, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps all around those who fear him and delivers them. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who trusts in him. O fear the Lord, you his saints. There is no want to those who fear him. The young lions lack and suffer hunger, but those who seek the Lord shall not lack any good thing. Come, you children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord. Who is the man who desires life and loves many days that he may see good? Keep your tongue from evil and keep your lips from speaking deceit. Depart from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry. The face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears, and delivers them out of all their troubles. The Lord is near to those who have a broken heart, and saves such as have a contrite spirit. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. He guards all his bones, not one of them is broken. Evil shall slay the wicked, and those who hate the righteous shall be condemned. The Lord redeems the soul of his servants, and none of those who trust in him shall be condemned. Verse 1. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. In the rhythm of every breath, in moments of joy and trials alike, let us remember to offer gratitude. Blessings flow from a heart attuned to the divine presence, allowing praise to be a constant companion on our journey. In the embrace of gratitude, we find our hearts expanding, welcoming the peace that surpasses understanding. How can you cultivate a heart of gratitude, allowing praise to be a continuous thread in the tapestry of your life? Verse 2. My soul shall make its boast in the Lord. The humble shall hear of it and be glad. In humility, we find the courage to proclaim the goodness of the divine. Through our testimony, we become beacons of hope, offering light to those who journey beside us. In sharing the wonders of our spiritual path, we create a tapestry of gladness woven with threads of grace. Reflect on how you can share your spiritual journey with humility and grace and become a source of inspiration for others. Verse 3. O magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. In the communion of kindred spirits, we discover the power of collective praise. Together, we amplify the resonance of our gratitude, creating a symphony of adoration that reverberates through time and space. In this togetherness, we find strength and unity. Think about how you can join with others in exalting the name of the divine, in creating a chorus of praise that uplifts all. Verse 4. I sought the Lord and he heard me. He delivered me from all my fears. In the sanctuary of our seeking, the divine leans close, listening with infinite tenderness. Our fears, burdens, and worries are met with compassion, replaced by a profound sense of safety. In surrendering our anxieties, we find ourselves cradled in the arms of a loving presence. Think about what fears you are carrying today and offer these fears to the divine, trusting in the promise of deliverance. Verse 5. They looked to him and were radiant, and their faces were not ashamed. As we turn our gaze toward the divine, we are bathed in the radiant light of grace. In this luminosity, shame melts away, leaving us unveiled and unashamed. We stand in the presence of pure acceptance, basking in the warmth of unconditional love. How can you turn your gaze toward the divine today? How can you allow the light of grace to wash over you? Verse 6. This poor man cried out, and the Lord heard him and saved him out of all his troubles. In our moments of deepest need, we need only to call out, and the divine rushes to our side. Troubles may surround us, but they cannot hold us captive. In the arms of the Savior, we find refuge and deliverance. Take a moment to reflect in what areas of your life you need to cry out to the divine for help and salvation. Whether it's in your career, whether it's in your finances, whether it's in your relationships, whether it's in your health, where do you need to reach out to the divine for help and salvation? Verse 7. The angel of the Lord encamps all around those who fear him and delivers them. A heavenly host stands guard, circling those who hold the divine in reverence. In our trust, we become recipients of divine protection, shielded from harm and delivered from adversity. The presence of the divine is a fortress, unyielding and steadfast. How can you deepen your reverence for the divine, knowing that in fear or reverence comes a shield of protection? Verse 8. O taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who trusts in him. Nourishment for the soul is found in the divine's boundless goodness. Trust becomes a sacred bridge connecting our hearts to the wellspring of blessings that flow abundantly. In this trust, we find ourselves not only blessed, but also becoming a vessel of blessing for others. This verse invites us to deepen our trust in the goodness of the divine, and in deepening of this trust, allowing it to overflow into our relationships with others and our actions towards others. Verse 9. O fear the Lord, you his saints, there is no want to those who fear him. In the reverence of the divine, we discover a wellspring of abundance that knows no end. To fear the Lord is to stand in awe of the limitless provisions that flow from the heart of the Creator. In this sacred awe, we find our needs met and our spirits fulfilled. How can you cultivate a sense of awe and reverence for the divine, knowing that in this all needs are met? Verse 10. The young lions lack and suffer hunger, but those who seek the Lord shall not lack any good thing. In seeking the divine, we discover a wellspring of sustenance that satisfies the deepest hunger of our souls. While the world may offer temporary gratifications, it is in the arms of the divine that we find true and lasting fulfillment. Trusting in this promise, we shall not lack any good thing. Where are you seeking fulfillment in the world? How can you turn your seeking toward the divine, knowing that true satisfaction is found there? Verse 11. Come, you children, listen to me. I will teach you fear of the Lord. As children of the divine, we are invited to be receptive to the teachings of the heart. In the stillness of listening, we open ourselves to the wisdom that flows from the wellspring of divine knowledge. It is in this sacred receptivity that we learn to stand in awe and reverence of the one who holds us close. Reflect on how you can cultivate a heart that is open to receiving the teachings and wisdom of the divine. Verse 12. Who is the man who desires life and loves many days that he may see good? In the longing for the life well lived, we find a universal aspiration. It is in the seeking of goodness that we discover the path to true vitality. Life, in its fullest expression, is found in the embrace of love, kindness, and compassion. What does a life filled with goodness mean to you? How can you cultivate a life that is rich with these qualities? Verse 13. Keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking deceit. In the gentle guidance of these words, we are reminded of the power of our words. Let us be mindful of the language we use, allowing it to be a beacon of truth and kindness. In this conscious choice, we create a space for love to flourish. How can you bring greater mindfulness to the words you speak, ensuring they are a reflection of truth and kindness? Verse 14. Depart from evil and do good, seek peace and pursue it. The path of righteousness calls us to action. It is in the choosing of goodness that we find our truest selves. Let us turn away from that which diminishes the soul and instead seek after peace with unwavering determination. Reflect on what steps can you take today to actively choose goodness, seeking and pursuing peace in all aspects of your life. Verse 15. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry. In the gaze of the divine, we find affirmation and love. The righteous, those who choose the path of goodness, are held in a gaze of approval. Moreover, our cries, whether whispered or shouted, are met with open ears, heard with a love that knows no bounds. How does it feel to know that the eyes of the divine are upon you and that your voice is heard with unwavering attention? Verse 16. The face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. In the presence of divine justice, evil finds no refuge. It is in the turning away from goodness that souls find themselves distanced from the divine light. Let us take heed and choose the path of righteousness, knowing that in it we find our truest home. Reflect on how you can align your actions with righteousness, knowing that in this choice you stand in the favor of the divine. Verse 17. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. The cry of the righteous is a sacred utterance, reaching the very heart of the divine. In this cry, we find solace and deliverance. Troubles may come, but in the arms of the Comforter, we find refuge. What are the troubles that weigh on your heart today? Take your troubles and offer them to the divine, trusting in the promise of deliverance. Verse 18. The Lord is near to those who have a broken heart and save such as have a contrite spirit. In the fragility of our brokenness, we encounter the divine's profound closeness. The tears that fall become sacred offerings, and the ache of the heart finds solace in the arms of the Comforter. Here, in vulnerability, we discover a strength beyond measure. Think about where you find brokenness in your life and allow the divine's presence to draw near, bringing healing and restoration. Verse 19. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. Afflictions may beget the righteous, but they are not without purpose. In every trial, there is an opportunity for growth, for deepening of faith. And in this journey, the divine is our steadfast companion, delivering us from every adversity. What afflictions are you currently facing? What are the opportunities to learn from these afflictions? What are the lessons that can be learned? And with these afflictions, trust that the divine is with you, guiding you through every challenge. Verse 20. He guards all his bones, not one of them is broken. In the divine's watchful care, not a single fragment of our being is overlooked. Every aspect of our existence is held in sacred protection. As we navigate the world, let us trust in the steadfast guardianship of the divine. Reflect on how it feels to know that you are held in the protective embrace of the divine. How does it feel to know that every aspect of your being is safeguarded? Verse 21. Evil shall slay the wicked, and those who hate the righteous shall be condemned. In the tapestry of existence, there is a thread of justice woven with divine wisdom. Evil may prevail for a season, but ultimately it is met with its own demise. Let us hold fast to the assurance that goodness prevails and love conquers all. Think about how you can trust in the ultimate victory of goodness even in the face of temporary challenges. Verse 22. The Lord redeems the soul of his servants, and none of those who trust in him shall be condemned. Redemption is the promise offered to all who turn their hearts toward the divine. In trust, we find liberation from the chains of doubt and fear. To trust in the divine is to stand in the certainty of grace free from condemnation. Reflect on how you feel knowing that you are redeemed by the divine and that in trust there is no condemnation. And as we conclude this meditation, let us hold these verses close to our hearts. May we carry with us the assurance that we are never alone. The divine presence is a steadfast companion, offering comfort, peace, and unwavering love. Let us walk in trust, knowing that in every moment we are held by the divine embrace. A prayer. Divine Comforter, in the stillness of our hearts, we find refuge in you. Grant us the grace to trust, to seek, and to surrender, knowing that in you we find our deepest peace. May we be vessels of your love and blessings, sharing them with a world in need. And as we close the meditation, let us keep the simple mantra in our hearts. I am held in the loving embrace of the divine, finding comfort and peace in every moment. Amen.